All right, guys, welcome back. I'm Megan Kieran, and this is the Om Light. Today, we have a very special guest. Her name is Tiffany. She is a Theta Healer, a medical medium, and a manifestation coach. Welcome, Tiffany.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course. And I just want to tell everyone that right before we got together for this podcast, Tiffany gave me I guess a half version of her sessions. So that's going to give us a lot to talk about
Yep.
because that was so cool. So before we get into that, can you just give a little background about who you are and how you got into what you're doing today?
Yeah. How did I get into what I'm doing today? I used to live in New York, as we kind of talked about. I used
Yeah.
to live in New York. I'm a New Yorker, and I had a whole different life and a whole different career. I was actually in the music business, and I always wanted to sing, so I did. And then I kind of veered into the business of it because it really interested me. Like I worked for record labels, all of that, through big events for like musicians, things like this. And I just got to a place in my life where, I don't know, I kind of really woke up one day, although I'm sure in the background it was silently happening. And I felt like I'm done. I actually cannot do this anymore. I'm exhausted. I'm burnt out. I was living in masculine energy, hustling, always overworking, stressed out, exhaust, all the things that you don't want to be, you know?
Yep.
And I said, okay, I can't, you know what I mean? And before I really had a chance to like move myself out of it, the universe stepped in and it kind of like three things happened. Boom, boom, boom. I lost my business, gone. Lost my apartment, it flooded, gone. Person I was going to spend my life with passed away, gone. And so it just kind of like
Oh.
right out of there, you know? And I took like a huge pause to just try and heal from all of that. And I kept getting these signs literally. Every time I would talk to someone, it could be a random stranger, it could be a friend. They were like, "Oh, I just got back from Miami." "Oh yeah, I was just in Miami." And I was like, "Why do people keep saying this to me?" And then
Yeah.
it hit me like, maybe you should go to Miami. And I'd never been here before. And I literally just flew here for like a vacation, got out of the airport, walked outside of the airport, and as soon as that air hit my skin, my intuition literally said, "You're home." And I packed up all my stuff. I like literally did half the vacation. I went home, packed up all the stuff, and just drove here, like with what I
Wow.
could fit in the car. And I've been here ever since. And it was the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. And when I got here, although I was a hot mess disaster, and by the way, still pursued the same stupid career because, like, you don't change this, the location is meaningless.
Mm.
Um,
Hmm.
Anyway, make a very long story short, I
Hmm.
wound up in a transformational life course that changed my life that I then got certified to teach, that then led me into creating my own program around manifestation and belief system, which led me into more certifications, and then finally theta healing, which blew my mind and had me 13 certifications later,
Wow.
which opened up doors that I never even imagined possible, both in the psyche and the communication of mind and body, and opened up my medical mediumship and just took me to places I never thought I would go. So I am obsessed with it. It's the biggest part of my business, who I am, what I offer. And yeah, that's how this came to be.
I absolutely love that. And I feel like theta healing is something I don't know much about. And I obviously just experienced a lot of it. But
Mhm.
being in that state of consciousness, can you explain exactly where you took me and where you take your clients?
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. Where my clients go, I don't know. I can only tell you where I go.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I say this because there are very distinct differences between theta healing and other modalities. Like even like if we just talk about hypnosis, right? If you
Okay.
like get hypnotized, the hypnotist needs to hypnotize you. So they kind of know like they're trying to get you into a hypnosis state. I honestly don't need you to do anything. I don't need you in any state. I don't have to hypnotize you. You don't need to sleep. I don't really care what you do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me. So, like for me, I go to what we call the seventh plane, which is God, universe, source, infinite intelligence, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. But
Mhm.
that is the highest plane, and that is where that information lives. So, I don't work with a middleman. I
Okay.
just go straight to the source. So, that's where I am. I'm on the seventh plane of existence, me. And I'm connected to your theta state, which is your subconscious. And when I connect to all of this, to you energetically, as you know, physically, mentally, in every way, shape, or form, and I connect to God, that's what I call it, because that's what it is, immediately. It tells me and shows me everything that's going on with you since the womb up until the day that I meet you. So, yeah, that's what happens. And that's a lot to take in when I say it, which is why I had you do that session.
Yeah, so let's break it down a little.
Yeah.
Because there's different aspects that came through during the session. It wasn't just one thing.
Yeah.
For me, the things that you were telling me were grounded in my body. They
Mhm.
were ancestral.
Mhm.
And it was, either mom's side, dad's side, genetic, and kind of a mix of all of it. So how has that come up in your sessions? And have you seen like certain themes as well?
So, theta healing is unique in the
Okay.
sense that this is the only modality that gives you access to all four of your belief systems, which is what you experience. Usually people will just talk about subconscious reprogramming. Let's just reprogram the belief system. But
Right.
there's a lot more to it than that because we have core beliefs. This is like your childhood stuff. It's what we just witness as children, like growing up.
Yeah.
And we witness people do around us repetitively, and everyone's robotic, so they're always going to be repetitive. It trains the brain to go, oh, this is who I am. This is what I believe. This is what's safe. This is what money is, love is, all the things. That becomes everything that we build our life off of. That's your core. That's how I'm able to tap into inner child so quickly. Then you have what we call history in a way. And a lot of this is like past life stuff. You have the ancestral stuff, which we went through, and you have like soul level beliefs. This is like the stuff that resides in the heart, that's part of the soul, things like this. So that's why I could see your genetics and your DNA, and I know what's going on mom's side, dad's side, how that affects you releasing those patterns, and how I'm able to see the past life stuff and release that stuff. And the medical medium stuff isn't really part of theta healing, but I make it part of it because, well, God's talking to me anyway. So, like, we might as well just do it all.
Yeah, I like that because
Yeah.
I, I
Yeah.
think it's such a holistic view. And
Yeah.
then to bring up, the certain parts and aspects of your body makes it so grounded. And I think that's something we lose in spirituality,
Mm.
and in this kind of healing industry that a lot of people are in. It's
Hmm.
that connection between the spirit and the body and really embodying that and getting really into it because there's a lot of changes happening on a cellular level that we're not consciously aware of.
That's
And
right.
you are such a great, I guess, channel or healer, guide, medium to get that energy and have it speak to you in a way where you can not only understand it, but heal it, right? And transform it. But together, right? Because you were giving
Yes.
me prompts. Now we're letting it go. So I'm saying it in my head, whether I'm aware of it or not, right? Because you're speaking to my subconscious. So yeah, that's just amazing.
One of the things that I learned, like through obviously all of my personal experiences, I was getting trained in the theta healing,
Yeah,
was again, like you hear a lot about belief systems and how we always have to change them to be able to manifest better, which is true, to be able to heal certain things, change behavior. They control everything. But it's always talked about here, like in the
yeah.
mind. It's in the mind, it's in the mind. But I swear no one ever says this because I don't think that they know. Belief systems also reside in your body. They
Mm,
live in your organs, they live in your muscle, they live in your tissue, your fascia, your cells, as you said. So when I started really talking to the body, like real true conversations, I was
mhm.
seeing the beliefs that like the liver would hold on to, or the pancreas, or the pelvis, or the foot. It doesn't matter.
Wow.
And not just that, but like the emotion that was suppressed in that timeline also, which is creating the things like the cancer and the thyroid issues and everything else that people come to me with. It's not the thing that the doctor says. It's 90% of sickness, pain, and disease is trapped trauma, emotion, and limiting belief systems. So when you don't heal things, fix things, whatever, however you want to say it, it doesn't just vanish out of your life because you don't
Mm.
want to deal with it or talk about it or acknowledge it. It gets stored in different parts of your body and it starts to create disease to get your attention so that you will heal it. You'll go, what is this? What's going on here? Why do I keep having this pain or this sickness or this problem? Because medication is just for the symptom. It's not for the root cause of it.
Yeah, so it's getting super deep behind what's actually there. And I think that's what kind of, I guess, our ancestors did, right? Back in the day. They also didn't have access to what we have here in the medical industry. They were
Yeah.
forced to have this inner journey in a way.
Hmm.
Um, and have you seen a theme lately? Because in my perspective, we're going through a massive awakening on this planet. We
Mm.
have been for quite some time. I think, 6 years ago in 2020 was a big one. I feel another kind of wave of people becoming more aware of the energies around them, and just the fact that they can heal their minds and start to create things and control their reality in a way that allows them to manifest their dreams. What have you seen, and how do you think all of this is important in this kind of new earth energy?
When I have seen themes this over time, like from
Yeah.
the beginning of doing this up until now, I do see themes over time. And it's funny that you say that because actually one of the things I'll do is I'll always share in my Instagram stories, like my peeps know, and I'll be like, all right, guys, you know the deal. If I see it in 10 or more of you in a week, I'm talking about it. It's a theme. That's like how I gauge it, you know?
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like there's been many, obviously. What I have seen as of late, and I feel this for myself too, is, and I know this is going to sound like a bad thing, but in a sense it really isn't. People feel like their lives are falling apart. I
Mm,
feel like that too. Like the rug has just been pulled away from them and they really can't take the job even one more day. They really can't shut up and not say what they finally need to say to the partner. They really can't keep doing the things that they've just kept accepting and doing. And they're
mm,
getting to that like pressure cooker point or before they can even get to the pressure cooker point, the things that they've known to be safe and familiar have decided to fall apart on their own because they didn't choose to do it themselves. And it's hard because even if something is so bad for you, if it's something that is repetitive, consistent, it feels normal to the brain and body, you will white knuckle it even if it's killing you. And that's what I've seen for the past, I want to say since the beginning of this year.
yeah. That makes a lot of sense. People kind of holding on or finally making that step and surrendering and letting go. But it's like almost like a split, right? Where there's two different timelines I see it, where you can accept and surrender or just keep resisting and the pattern will probably show up again, right? It'll break open and then it'll
Yeah.
start up again until it has that pressure cooker and then
Hmm.
bursts open. And I think that's also just healing the cycles and the patterns,
Yep.
right? And it goes deeper, it goes into the DNA. And that's something that came up during the session. And we're kind of going back, but I forgot to ask you because you did mention we did a lot of healing, right? For not only myself in the moment, but my DNA, my past
Yes.
lifetimes, my
Yes.
ancestors, both sides, my parents.
Yep.
What about my children?
Mm.
That's what I had a question about, right? Because they're already here.
Hmm.
So how does
Well,
that work since I already had them?
one of those levels of belief systems that we talked about, because there's four, right? Like that genetic one.
Yeah.
For theta healing, it goes 7 generations back and forward. So your ancestors show up in sessions to tell me and show me the belief systems that have been passed along. So everyone just kind of keeps passing it, taking it, reliving it until finally somebody says, like today, no more. No more. I don't want to. It's done. I don't want to do it anymore. And so then we get to end it with you. That's why in the session, I don't know if you remember, you heard me say, like, we're going to mark this complete or this ends in this life. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what that
yeah.
means. That's what that means.
Okay. Okay.
So then what also happens now is that you don't pass it forward to your children. They don't have to have it either because it's also seven back, but seven forward. And the pattern, it ends. That's the whole point of that showing up and doing that.
Ah, okay, okay. Because
Yeah.
then how I am and how I be around them is completely breaking that cycle. But
Mhm.
also, they're getting that energy through their DNA because of the healing within me.
Yeah, and also too, like I think a lot of people, I work with a lot of moms, a lot of
Mhm.
moms, you know what I mean, on all different capacities and levels. And like, of course they come to me, nothing to do with their children. This is like their own lives, their own selves.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that they want to work through. It's a lot of like people pleasing tendencies. I become like the people pleaser whisperer. Don't ask. I don't know. It just kind of fell into my lap. And while they say, I don't want to do this or I don't want to do that, you also have to understand that just because you say it doesn't mean that it's going to go away or it's going to end or it's going to stop, right? You
Mhm.
actually have to go in, change the belief systems that are continuously perpetuating that same behavior as a pattern and as a cycle. And then also at the same time, train the body to believe it's safe to release this and to implement something brand new that it's never had before. Only then when that goes away, now the behavior has a chance to show up differently. That's when a kid who's witnessing you as a parent
Yeah.
can see something different, understand something different, and intellectualize and probably also behave different on their end. Like kids are mimicking you.
Oh, yeah.
They're watching everything that you do, just like you did as a kid. And it
Hmm.
taught you certain ways to be in the world. Even if you don't like it, it doesn't matter. That's not how this works.
Right.
It was your programming, your training, right?
Yeah.
So either it gets changed at that's like young level because maybe a parent changed themselves and you saw that, or you go through what you did today or other times before and you try and heal it and change it as your own adult self because you don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. And this healing, like, to be honest, for me, and I just went through it, so it's still integrating, but it does feel like it's like instantaneous almost. Like I feel like there was so much, it was just so powerful that it just like split everything where it needed to, if that makes sense.
Does.
So, what do you recommend for people, after your sessions moving forward? How do they integrate that energy? What might show up after the session? What's some feedback that you've received?
I always tell people these are very simple things, but I always tell people to drink water, honestly, because I have heard that it can be a little dehydrating. The second thing is, and this is funny, but it's actually one of the hardest things for people to do. Again, because I work with a lot of people pleasers by nature are doers.
Mm.
They can't help themselves. So they automatically want to do, they want to perform, they want to control. So they're like, what do you need me to do? What do I have to do? Immediately, right? Because there always has to be something to do, right? And I'm like, I don't want you to do anything. And they're like, what? Yeah, I want you to do nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. You know what I want
Yeah.
you to do? I want you for the first time in your life to allow yourself to just allow something to happen without you doing anything. That's what I want you to do. I
Wow.
want you to sit in a space of actually allowing and receiving. Wouldn't that be a game changer? Because I've done it all. Which is also shocking to them because no one ever does anything for them because they don't realize that they're blocking it with their belief system that they can't have anyone do anything for them because they'd be a burden, right?
I,
Or they
I
wouldn't
mean,
be loved.
I think,
So
yeah, go ahead.
do nothing. I want you to do nothing.
That
That's it.
I feel like needs to be a message to a
Yeah,
lot of people
I
right now
know.
in our, society because
Yep.
that's a reflection of where we are as a collective, I feel like, at least in this country, but a lot of places globally as
Mhm.
well. There's just mass consumption. There's just always something to do or to scroll on and consume. And like
Mhm.
the idea of doing nothing is mind blowing,
It's also
right? And
frightening for most people.
it is. Because to sit with your own self sometimes is could be scary because you don't know what's going to come up. And maybe that's the fear that a lot of the doers have because maybe in the past, before going through their shadow work and healing and going through everything, it was not fun to have that anxiety, those thoughts, those fears. So, Yeah, it's a different way of living that we're shifting back into. What I felt during your session was it's like a remembrance. It's an activation. It's a subtle activation, but a deep one. Because
Hmm.
all I had to do was really sit here and like you said, like I could have been like doing whatever, but it still like comes through so easily. You don't have to get me super deep into like a hypnotic state
I
to
don't need you to do
start.
anything.
Yeah, it was like a very fast, like we're going now, this is what we're doing. And then my subconscious just like followed followed your lead. So yeah.
I say this a lot on videos, but again, it's hard to say it and have it like understood. And I get that because this is like, wait, what do you mean? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
when you know how to talk, actually talk to that part of the mind, it will listen. And when you know how to actually talk to a body, it will also listen. So, like, it's very easy when you know how to talk to something. Think about normal communication in life, right? When you
Yeah.
really know how to communicate something to someone, it goes very well, right? They know how to
Hmm.
receive it. They understand the response. They understand the goal. Like, they get it. It's the same thing. Like, your body has a consciousness. Hello, it's alive. Everything in there is alive, right? So it has a consciousness so we can understand and receive information and direction. And so does your brain. So that's what I'm doing. I'm giving the body and I'm giving the brain new information, a new roadmap, if you will. I'm giving it a space to heal. And at the same time, I'm also releasing the things that caused it to be sick or in pain or repeat sabotage or anything, procrastination, people pleasing, anything at all. It doesn't matter. I don't need you to be any certain way for me to heal this. Like it's anything and everything because I mean God doesn't care. It doesn't matter. It all works the same anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that. And I think before you even said it, I was thinking like talking to your body, talking to yourself and having that conversation. Is there a way that like anyone can just do that? Do you recommend, or do they just start and just say, "Hey, you know, I need you to relax, body." Like, is there any tips or techniques just someone can do if they're feeling like just off one day, or if they just want to start getting into their own little awareness of this?
This is what I have found to be true, right?
Hmm.
People like, again, this is our programming. It's not our fault.
Yeah.
Me too. I was like this too, so I get it. People automatically immediately go external for any needs, right?
Yeah.
Or like guidance or like answers. Okay. So like
Mhm.
typically what will happen is like if somebody wants to feel better, as you say, they will immediately go to the external, meaning like, let me look at the external part of my life and then allow it to affect the internal part of me, you know? So
Yeah.
like if the money's not in the bank, if the guy that I've been with for 50 years didn't propose, if like, you know what I mean? If like
Yeah.
all those things that you would feel. If I got on the scale this morning and damn it, I didn't lose those 2 pounds and I busted my ass in the gym, whatever it is, those are external things, right? So
Yeah.
like we look to that external to nourish the internal and then,
Mhm.
oh, I did succeed. Oh, it finally happened. Oh, this feels so good. That's ask backwards. To ask backwards because the
Mm.
internal is creating the external. So for me, I'm like, okay, if you want to feel, as you say, better, good, you have got to understand what emotional states you're actually after and create them now from within because you made a choice. It's a
Yeah.
choice. And anyone can do it. Because if I said to you right now, I want you to act pissed or feel pissed, or I want you to act happy or feel, not even act, I want you to feel happy. You could feel happy in this moment.
Yeah.
You could feel
Yeah.
happy, you
Mhm.
know, without me doing anything for you or you doing anything, you could just feel happy. So that's one thing I would say. That should change immediately. The second thing is you're already doing it. We have an internal dialogue going on in our minds all the time, right?
Yep.
It's in the background, yes. And unfortunately, it's usually a broken record because we're saying the same things and thinking the same things
Yep.
80% of the time. But that internal dialogue is teaching your body how to experience life and how to live. So, and you are too, like you're training your energy, your frequencies as well by doing this. So, like, If I got up every day and I was like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh my God, life is so hard. I feel so ugly. Oh, I feel fat today. Oh, I can't believe I didn't get this done. Oh, blah, blah, blah. This is what your body is living in,
Mm,
right? It's the condition and environment that your body is living in.
yeah, wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're already doing it. You're talking to your body every day. You're teaching it, I'm tired, I'm fat, I can't work out today. This, you're already doing it. Everybody's doing it. They need to do it in a way that's going to get them to better health and movement and longevity and all the things that you would want, you know?
Yeah. I think that's honestly something that everyone needs to be aware of. Just flipping the script and really starting to have that conversation and being aware of that broken record, slowly being aware of it, right? So that we can shift and change it. But it's interesting because it's inverted, right? We seek the external,
Mm-hmm.
but it's actually just a
The
reflection.
internal, and it is yes, it's ass backwards. It's the other
I
way
think that's like something everyone, like a lot of people right now are seeking,
around.
but it's something that they may not know they need. And I think that's something like the offerings you have and a lot of the spiritual help that we have healing out there is becoming a lot more important, aware, and just significant in this time. You
Hmm.
know, I would say 10 years ago, not as many people would have been open to it. And now it's like we need it because
Hmm.
we're shifting and we're moving in this really big direction as a collective. And so that's why I think shit's hitting the fan for a lot of people as well, because it's time. Like, if it's not meant to be in your life, it's gonna completely get out of your life. And then, the healing journey begins for a lot of us at that point, right? Once we get to that breaking point. And that goes back to your journey as well, right? Like when everything is taken from you, that's when you're exposed, you're vulnerable, and that's when we can start again. So I want everyone to know who's listening to this that no matter what you're going through, whether you're listening to it now in 2026 or after that, it's okay because everything breaking down might be a sign that there's something new arising in a really good way.
Yeah, and also, and I've learned this too, like really the hard way, a lots of different times, is that we are sold like a bill of goods that's not true, which is that go to school,
Mhm.
get a job, right?
Right. Right.
Work to death.
Yep. Yep.
Retire when you're too old to care, and
Yep.
bye, the life is over. Okay. And we're taught to do that because if you do that, you will have security, right? That's what you're told. This is the
Yes.
safe path. You will have security, you will have stability. This is the smart, the good way to do it. I was brought up the same way.
Yeah.
But what I learned all of this time is that it's all a facade. The job, it's not safe. The
Mm.
house is not safe. None of this shit is real. It's not safe. It can be, the house can burn down, you will get fired, you will be replaced, there will be layoffs, the business will crumble, it will lose its money. Like, there are so many things that you cannot control. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? That,
Yeah.
like, I think also, too, you have to understand that no matter what path you choose, there is no stability. It doesn't exist. It's fake. It's fake. And everything at one point or another is going to leave your life,
Yeah.
including you.
Yeah.
And I understand that when things are amazing, we want to depend on them and hang on to them and just fight till the death to keep them. But I have learned so many times of losing so many things that I have loved so much that nothing is permanent, including you. Nothing. It's
I
not
think,
permanent.
and
It's
that's a
not.
beautiful reminder because everything is constantly moving, everything is energetic, everything is temporary,
Yes, yes,
right? And then once
yes.
you are able to kind of grasp that, then you become more present. And then you appreciate now and you're more aligned, and then you're able to begin to do the inner work, right? So,
That realization is what really keeps me even today,
mm,
constantly working on me. Because what I have come to find out is that the only stability in all of this is me. It's me. It just like it's you for you. It's me. Every single person, you are the foundation for everything that is to come and happen and manifest in your existence. Like we are it for ourselves. If I'm good, it's good. It's good. If I'm good, it's good. If I'm good, I can rebuild. If I'm good, I can start over. If I'm good, I can heal myself, help myself, love myself, move myself. I got to be good. If I'm not good, nothing's good. Like we're in trouble. Nothing is good.
It really all just like cycles back to yourself and
Yeah.
like, it is bringing me back to that connection with God,
hmm
divine, divinity, source, whatever people call it, the universe, the
hmm
universe. It's that connection. And I think that's so powerful. I love this conversation. I think this is so healing just to even listen to and bring awareness to the healing that we can get done within our subconscious instantaneously, right? And within our body. And Tiffany, where can people find you? Because I'm sure so many people are going to be interested in your services and what you do. And where can they check you out and what are your current offerings?
Um, all my stuff is very easy to find because it's every handle is my name. So I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram, and both
Perfect.
are at Tiffany Nicole dot co. So at Tiffany Nicole dot co. My website is the exact same thing. And all of my like social media has a link like everybody else. So if you click
Right.
it, take it to my website, it will show you all my offerings. I obviously offer theta healing. Hello, it's like the main part of my business. So you
Yep.
could always do a theta healing, which I recommend. And I have packages so you can do multiple because I think that's always great. I've weaved in other things like there's theta healing, and then like you can also do an hour of coaching right after to really land and ground it all and have some questions be answered and just get a little bit more of like a tool-based
Right.
experience with me.
Yep.
I have something called the manifestation acceleration, which again, we do theta healing first. I'll always incorporate it because like if I got to get in there and change it.
hmm
So we do the theta healing and then you have 2 hours with me, and that is manifesting one very specific outcome or goal in your life. And we really work on the identity of who you are and really becoming that person now, not waiting for things, becoming it now so that the things can come in. And then I told you about my people pleasers, and I created a one-on-one experience for 3 months with me. That's my longest kind of experience where it's everything a people pleaser would need to never be a people pleaser again. So we coach you out of everything. We want you to have boundaries, right? We want you to be able to speak up. We want you to be able to communicate. We want you to be able to love yourself, trust yourself, stop overthinking. It's all of that. And again, the theta healing is weaved in once a month. So it's called self-approved because, like I said, it should be with you, not anything external, and how to do that. And that's pretty much all of it for now.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love your package, your 3 month package too. I think that's
Yeah.
something that is super unique and I think there's a lot of people pleasers out there. I
There are
certainly
so
have
many.
that aspect within myself. So that, I'm working through. So, and it's genetic for a lot of us too right now on the planet. So, awesome. Well, I'll have all your links below for everyone listening.
Amazing.
So we can check you out. Thank you so much, Tiffany. I
Thank
appreciate your
you.
time, your energy, your space for being on this podcast today and showing everyone what you can do in your experience. So,
Thank you so much.
all
Thank you.
right. I'll see you guys next time. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please check out my socials at The Om Light on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify. You can also find me at theomlight.com. Sessions are now open and available. One-on-one sessions are super helpful for anything you may be going through in your life to help you feel more aligned and clear.